can't say how glad I am to see you, because you could tell I was padding frantically until we managed to fill that panel. I thought I was about to have to move on to my life story and all of my kindergarten teachers' names, which would have been quite boring for the audience. But anyway, the virtual floor is yours, Ranjan. It's over to you.
Okay, well, thank you. Well, hello, everyone. So we are living in one of those rare moments in history where an innovative technology, artificial intelligence, is radically transforming business and society. AI will impact every industry and likely every role in an organization and unleash productivity across the enterprise workflows. So today I want to take you on a journey through the cutting-edge developments in AI and demonstrate how embracing a data-driven AI-first approach can unlock unprecedented innovations and operational efficiencies. For over 7 years, I had the privilege of serving as the CTO for the Global Chief Data Office at IBM, where we laid the foundation for governed and trusted data and AI within IBM and helped to transform enterprise workflows. This year marked a new chapter as I joined the IBM Research AI Group. We are pioneering generative AI technologies, making them accessible through IBM's watsonx and Red Hat platforms, and also open sourcing these models to fuel global innovation. Now, IBM Research has been at the forefront of computing for nearly 80 years. We are now in the era of bits and neurons and qubits. AI and machine learning have become critical for business. We are inventing powerful, transparent, and trustworthy foundation models and tools for enterprise tasks. We are also designing new transistors and chip architectures to meet the demands of power, efficiency, and security. This includes industry-linked quantum computers to bring useful quantum computing to the world. They're expected to solve complex problems that are out of reach of even the most powerful classical computers. Now, the one thing that has happened, especially with the pandemic, is that we have seen 10 years of digitization occurring in under 1 year. So the pandemic has forced us all to change almost at once, and more so to digital. And this is happening because enterprises recognize that they need to digitize now or risk being left behind. Now, what's even more interesting is that the trend of transformation has now turned into digital reinvention. And that's why you see 60% of business leaders ranking new business building as a top priority. And they're doing it as digital businesses because the digital businesses are more scalable, they're more resilient to change, and easier to sustain. Now, let me share a few trends on data IT architectures and AI usage. So IT architectures are becoming more heterogeneous. Now, what do I mean by that? So 90% of large companies use multi-cloud architectures, that is using more than one public cloud. 72% of companies are running on both private infrastructure and public cloud. And 75% of the enterprise data is expected to be created on the edge in the medium term. Data volume, variety, and velocity continues to soar in magnitude. You have 95% of the business must manage unstructured data. And with technologies like the generative AI, you'd be able to extract a lot more value out of such data than was the case before. AI is also transforming the business models and operations. And 60% of the execs say that generative AI will disrupt how their org designs experiences. So enterprises need modern IT capabilities to manage this complexity and unlock innovation, and are turning to hybrid cloud and AI as the standard. Now, data challenges are what makes transformation hard. Today, data is more dispersed. They are dynamic, diverse, difficult to manage than ever before. And enterprises must juggle complex multi-vendor data environments, siloed data sets, long data preparation cycles, all the while maintaining a secure and compliant data governance strategy. Now, complexity also increases with acquisitions, which is a natural part of what happens in any large enterprise. So you'd find here that 68% of enterprise data is not analyzed, which means there is untapped potential. 80% of the time is spent on data cleaning, integration, preparation, which reduces the time for insight generation. 82% of enterprises say the data quality is a barrier to the data integration projects. And 82% of enterprises are inhibited by data silos, right? This is a very significant number. So while there is a lot of data, there is also a lot of potential to streamline the management of it and extracting the business value. So from an enterprise standpoint, I found this quote by Karim Lakhani, who is the chair and co-founder of the Digital Data and Design Institute at Harvard, very relevant and reflects what we are doing in IBM to become highly productive. So AI is becoming the new operational foundation for business, the core of a company's operating model. So an inflection point in AI has occurred, and enterprises need to reassess their AI strategy. However, AI is only as good as your data. So scaling artificial intelligence requires trusted data. Organizations, as we have just seen, still struggle with fundamental data challenges. So these growing volumes of data across silos not only poses challenge to data governance and compliance, but also drives up the costs with storing and managing data for analytics and AI. Hence, there is no AI strategy without a data strategy. Now, to design a data strategy, we typically use the six-step framework to ensure that the roles of people, processes, and technology are aligned with an actionable data strategy vision. First, it's really important that you understand the business objectives. So connect your data strategy with the business strategy. And as you know, at the end of the day, the initiatives that get funded and that get the most momentum and buy-in are the ones that are directly tied to the business strategy. Second, assess the current state. Understand the pain points, discover blockers and gaps that with better quality data or better data integration can solve. Third, map out your data strategy framework. Establish metrics of success and cross-functional data needs to support multiple use cases. Fourth, establish controls. And here's where you outline your data and AI governance policy based on quality, privacy, and security. Fifth, create integrated solutions. So start by thinking about what you can achieve that's valuable and viable in a short amount of time, collecting small wins along the way. And we used a very similar approach when we developed our platform within the Chief Data Office. Six, scale your teams and processes and effectively communicate how much your efforts are paying off. It's important to understand all these elements of change, how to navigate it, and how to learn through failing fast, and how to change the culture of the enterprise. And this is becoming increasingly important with generative AI. Yes, you do have to experiment, learn, and iterate. Now, IBM introduced the ladder to AI model, which can be used to assess the maturity of an organization in terms of being an AI enterprise. It provides a guiding principle for organizations to transform their business by providing 4 key areas to consider: how they collect data, organize data, analyze data, and ultimately infuse AI into their workflows. So step 1 is collect. That is, how do you get access to the data? It is very important that access to relevant data should be made simple for users within an organization. Second is organize. And this is how you create a trusted and governed analytics foundation. And that's where you use the catalogs. Step 3 is analyze. And this is how you can become insights driven at scale. Step 4 is infuse. And this is how you embed AI into your business in a trusted and transparent manner. But importantly, modernize your data estates in a multi-cloud environment. So a hybrid multi-cloud platform allows organizations to take advantage of their data and applications across any cloud, public, private, or even on-prem. Now, this is a modern day ladder to AI that was introduced by IBM in 2023. Now, AI has gone from a world where companies are thinking about running their business, plus doing some AI to help it. That's a plus AI, to a world that is AI first to help the business. So you're moving from plus AI to AI plus. And so the leading companies for the next decade will be the ones that decide that they will be AI first. The single decision will dictate how they operate, how they work with employees, and how they work with their customers and suppliers. And we're doing that internally at IBM. We are reimagining processes, workflows, organizations, tooling, skills to become a productive company. Our goal is to become the most productive company in the world. So the bottom row of the modern day AI ladder starts with good, collected, and well-organized, trusted data. This ladder is about how clients can add AI to their applications, automate their workflows, replace their workflows, and get to the point where AI can do a lot of the work. And this is what AI first means. So this is the time to reinvent your organization and processes. Now, everyone needs access to consumable data for useful insights. Data insights permeates all business units and literally at all levels. In sales, to rapidly respond to client needs. In HR, to attract and retain top talent. In marketing, to discover fast-changing consumer behavior. In IT, to innovate and modernize apps and infrastructure. In finance, to set reliable forecasts in volatile conditions for improving time to decision. And in operations, to continuously improve automated processes. Now, the history of AI and to the current age of generative AI can be categorized into 4 key developmental stages. And each stage is a significant advancement in how AI systems are designed, function, and applied across domains. So first we had the expert system. So it's early forms of AI that used a set of coded rules and knowledge bases to solve complex problems within a specific domain. They were fairly brutal. Second, machine learning. The system that could learn from the data, identify patterns, make decisions with minimal human intervention, and algorithms like Deep Blue, the IBM computer that beat Garry Kasparov in 1997. You'd find the picture there. Then the deep learning that used neural networks trained on large amounts of labeled data, mostly trained for specific tasks. AlphaGo, the DeepMind program from Google that beat Lisa et al. In 2016 is as an example. And then the Google introduced the transformers in 2017, which kickstarted the foundation models era and essentially generative AI era that trained on vast data sets, resource intensive, generalizes better, and can be adapted to various tasks with relatively less effort. Now, while many enterprises acknowledge the value of AI, the falling barriers to AI still exist. AI projects that are too difficult to integrate and scale. There are ethical concerns. There is too much data complexity. There's high price, limited AI skills and expertise, lack of AI model development tools, So there's the falling barriers of organizations kind of hinder organizations from benefiting from the advancements in AI. And they also carry potential risks while offering many benefits. You'd see on the right-hand side that there are new and enhanced risks that needs to be considered as well. So on the bottom, you'd find the traditional risks that were known before the generative AI era started. In the middle section, you'd find a list of risks that are amplified by generative AI, such as data bias or unexplained output or source attribution. And then at the very top, there are the risks that are intrinsic to generative AI, like confidential data in prompt, hallucination, spreading misinformation. And these are pretty unique to the generative AI. And one needs to consider these to ensure that nothing reduces the chances of risks. So these potential risks have significant implications for how AI is designed, developed, deployed, used, and governed. Now, at the same time, AI regulation is also coming fast and is necessary to be prepared. 31 countries have passed AI regulations. 13 more are debating AI laws. There are, in the US, 25 states have introduced AI bills, and 15 more adopted resolutions or enacted legislation. Hence, it is crucial that AI needs governance, which is the process of directing, monitoring, and managing the AI activities of an organization. Now, language models, large and small, are transforming enterprise workflows and consumer experience, and the pace of change has been remarkable. So IBM released a Granite series of language models that's powering their generative AI tooling. They released that under the Apache 2.0 license for research and commercial use. So Granite 3.0 was released on October 21st, and you could think of them as the enterprise workhorse models. These models are open, performant, trusted, enterprise-ready, and ranks high in the transparency index that Stanford releases each year. In fact, these models deliver state-of-the-art performance relative to model size while maximizing safety, speed, and cost efficiency for enterprise use cases. These models match, and in some cases exceed, the general performance of leading open-weight language models across both academic and enterprise benchmarks. And since these models were introduced, there have been over 3 million downloads on Hugging Face. And they're also available through the IBM's watsonx and the Red Hat offerings. To give you a few examples, now you'd find that generative AI is transforming the entire software development lifecycle, and the pace of change has been quite remarkable. We are witnessing a major shift in the way software is designed, developed, deployed, tested, maintained, explained, documented, and translated. So IBM released the Granite series of code language models under the Apache 2.0 license, and they compare well in accuracy measures. You'd find the blue bars with the leading models from Google or Meta or Mistral. And they support over 116 programming languages and has demonstrated comparable performance relative to the best open source models while being efficient. I was referring to the transparency rankings. And so Granite models, you'd find us in the top 4, rank highly in the transparency index and beats the models from other comparable models from Microsoft, Google, Meta, Mistral, OpenAI. And this is from the annual Stanford AI Index report that was published in May 2024. And they score, the Stanford Center for Research and Foundation Models, they score major models on a set of 100 indicators that show how transparent that model is for developers and end users. And transparency generates and creates trust. And these IBM's Granite large language models scored better overall than many popular models and was the clear leader in the risk mitigation category. There is also exciting work on text to SQL, and this model can convert natural language questions to executable SQL, and this is very exciting from an enterprise standpoint. So based on the most comprehensive BERT benchmark, IBM's Granite text to SQL model was top of the leaderboard in May 2024 with the ChatGPT variants in the second and third positions. Now, these leaderboards, again, change every week with the launch of new models. But the IBM models continue to be ranked in the top 3 in November, as of this week. Now, these technologies are all leading towards a conversational interface for the enterprise for insight generation. Now, many of these enterprise use cases are now being powered by watsonx, which is the new IBM platform for AI, data, and governance. So watsonx platform has 3 components: watsonx.ai, which is for clients to train, evaluate, tune, and deploy AI models. watsonx.data, that's to scale AI workloads using all the data with a data lakehouse approach. And watsonx.governance for responsible, transparent, and explainable AI workflows across the entire model lifecycle. Now, this is a high-level architectural view of how generative AI technologies fit into enterprises' IT strategies and practices. This stack includes components that enable businesses to operationalize AI. You find the hybrid cloud AI tools, I'm going bottom up, provides a scalable foundation to support the entire data and AI lifecycle. And the data services is the data fabric that helps clients to build the right data infrastructure. And this helps to automate the discovery and management, enrichment of data that we touched upon in the AI ladder earlier. They have the AI and data platform, this includes the watsonx.ai.governance and .data. Then the software development kits and the APIs that allows you to embed the watsonx capabilities in the watsonx AI assistants and applications at the top layer. And the AI assistants are pre-built applications that are powered by watsonx. So clients can deploy watsonx AI assistants to automate customer service, generate code, automate HR workflows, and so on. It makes it a lot easier to deploy that at scale. And some examples of what I imply by AI assistants. I'll just take an example. The watsonx Code Assistant. And so AI assistants, they empower individuals to do work without expert knowledge across a variety of business processes and applications. For example, the watsonx Code Assistant in the middle is a software development product for accelerating code generation, code documentation, code conversion from one language to another. And we support 116 languages. And one example could be converting COBOL to Java. There aren't that many COBOL programmers today, but there's lots of code still COBOL, and could use some of these offerings to convert language A to language B. Now, for businesses, employee productivity is expected to be the primary driver of economic value. And as you can see on the right-hand side, there is widespread interest in companies to apply AI to boost employee productivity across a range of business functions. And just to take our own example, IBM has improved productivity significantly over the last 18 months. We reduce complexity and are investing in long-term growth and innovation while improving the experience for IBMers. In fact, we have delivered $1.5 billion of bottom line impact and are in line for the $3 billion value creation that our CEO talks about. Now, there are 3 proven use cases where the generative AI can quickly drive real business results and outcomes and can serve as a real ideal starting point for many companies. First is human resources. So generative AI is transforming how HR functions work. Second is customer service, where AI is helping cut costs, automate rote requests, free customer care representatives to focus on higher value interactions. And third is application modernization, which is the software development that I already touched upon with Code Assistant and the code language models. And this is helping to transform the process of application modernization through code generation, code conversion from one language to another, code documentation, and so on. In addition to that, there's a broad range of use cases with business outcomes where generative AI has been used by IBM for its clients. Okay. So the three key benefits of becoming a data-driven AI-first enterprise are: first is productivity gains and cost reduction. And this is the focus for many organizations today. Second is reduced risks. And third, speed and flexibility for revenue growth. So IBM, in collaboration with Oxford Economics, recently interviewed 1,500 chief supply chain officers and chief operating officers from over 35 countries and across 24 industries. The findings are striking. So you find that over half of the executives are emphasizing AI and machine learning to develop intelligent workflows. And nearly half are focusing on hybrid cloud and Internet of Things over the next 3 years. So in terms of the next steps from that same report, first is identifying a pain point where AI can add the most value. Focus with speed and start small. Prepare your data for AI implementation and digitize your pipeline. Make it a collaborative effort and involve your employees and partners in the process. Fifth is focus on progress, not perfection. You have to learn, iterate, fail fast, and we're all in the same journey. So to summarize, this is an opportunity to reimagine and reinvent collaboration, workflows, processes, and insights generation in an enterprise and make it more data-driven and AI-first. The early use cases with the generative AI stack have already shown business value. And it is necessary for a scalable, replicable, and trusted results that a strong data and AI foundation is established. And also check the IBM Granite models for code, language, text to SQL, and time series. These models are open, performant, trusted, enterprise ready, and ranks high in the Transparency Index, and matches or outperforms the best open models in a range of benchmarks. With that, it has been a pleasure to share these insights with you all today. Thank you very much.
Ranjan, thank you so much. You covered an astonishing amount in some 25 minutes there, so thank you very much. Very quickly, if we can just get to a couple of questions. A quote here, I think I got this right from you, about there being no AI strategy without a data strategy. Data here is obviously critical. What advice would you have of making sure your data strategy can plug in successfully to a subsequent AI strategy?
This is a really good question. I was the CTO for the Chief Data Office, and it was really important that you establish the right the governance, ensure that you provide access and make it as simple as possible for users within an organization, because if you simplify and democratize access to data, it fuels innovation within your enterprise. And with the tools that's in play from an AI perspective, it just makes it easier for users to come out with really innovative applications using all the data. So make it simple to access, ensure that the quality of data is good, and ensure that you have standardization of some of these policies across the organization. And that makes it easy to integrate data across the enterprise. So taking some of these fundamental steps, it just helps to scale and align with your AI strategy, because without the right data input, you won't have the right output from an AI perspective. And so to ensure that your data strategy is aligned with business strategy, and ensure that AI strategy and data strategy, they align as well.
Thank you. And one last quick question from our audience. This one doesn't have a name to it, so do say who you are and where you're contacting us from. It's, can you use AI to help cleanse data? What are your thoughts on that, about using AI to cleanse the data you have?
Well, there's quite a few approaches where you can use AI to also cleanse the data. There are tools that's available. I'm sure there are open source tools as well that allows you to do that. So definitely, yes.
Yeah.
You should consider that.
Absolutely something to consider. Well, thank you so much for joining us here at Tech and AI Live. Thank you for your patience at the beginning. I really enjoy the irony of having a tech problem at the beginning of a tech show. But thank you for your patience, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.